So, I have got some messages about the new way that the knife community seems to be going on YouTube. And maybe I should make this in its own video, but I feel like this is more of a natural way to do it. So, did the gear dump. I'm doing good. Now let's get into the real content of what I wanted to make this video for. And I went into the sleep deprivation, and I'm not saying I'm in no health risks, but there are some weeks where you just feel so run down that all the coffee in the world is not going to keep you in a good mood. So I just want to let you know that, to let you know where my head was at. So the new way that I have noticed, and I know a few of you guys have noticed on YouTube, and I'm not going to call anybody out, is I have to really weigh my words to try to put them properly on record. It's tricky, I should just say. So, new school YouTube knife community seems to be milking maybe not quite as much money as possible out of your YouTube channel, but I guess you could say that. So I have seen people open up Patreons, and I know some of you guys have too, and if you don't know what Patreon is, I'm so old school that I wouldn't say it goes against, my initial reaction is gross. But that's in a bad mood me. Now, if I'm looking at it as an optimist, I say, not a bad idea. Open up a Patreon. So if you don't know what Patreon is, it's a program where people can donate $5, $10, whatever amount, $1 a month. And every month that bill, just like you would pay your Netflix bill, comes out of your credit card or whatever. So you donate that to support whatever channel or an artist, or it's usually for creators. So there's websites that have opened up Patreon. Hey, if you don't want to see our website blasted with ads everywhere, then we're going to open up a Patreon. And if you like the content that we do, you can donate $1 a month to us. And it's very open. That's what's nice about Patreon. It's not like opening up a PayPal account and saying, hey, donate here, friends and family. So what that is, just look into it. My throat's kind of getting... Do your own research, because, you could make a 30-minute long pitch for it. And I'm not pitching it. I'm just saying. Grouchy mood me says, oh, that's yuck and that's gross. Why should free content, why should somebody have their hand out saying, you can pay me, you can pay me. But me being on the other side of things, I know how expensive a YouTube channel can be. Even if you just take in knives that people are letting you borrow to get on camera, or a manufacturer is willing to send you a piece, and then you got to send it back to them, it can be expensive once you start shipping knives. And I've done it for a little bit, where I have borrowed friends $2,000 knives. They're $3,000 knives. Make a nice video on them, right? And then you package it back up, and then you send it back out for $20. Well, you do that a few times, and now you can see over a month you're spending $200 in shipping. I kind of seen that, and I was like, well, I can take in knives for work, and then that's a way to get content for the YouTube channel, a way for me to make a little bit of money, being that I lost some money when I went into the driving position here. I did lose about $10,000 to come into driving, but time was more important to me at that point in my life. When we had little kids, 4 days a week was better than working 5 or 6 days a week. So that's one of the reasons I did that. And I loved it. You know what I mean? I still love it. I just don't have as much time as I used to, because our business has grown so much that it's crazy. We probably actually need more trucks on the road. Anyway, I'm not trying to make this about me. So gross me says Patreon is bad. Ooh, that's gross. But the other me says, hey, it does cost money to make the channel. And hey, if you did open up a Patreon, there's one YouTuber who's got over 400 some dollars coming in a month off of Patreon. Now, who is it hurting? It's hurting nobody. So, initial reaction is gross, but the more I look at it, I'm like, it's not a bad idea. Because what you could do, what I would do if I had a Patreon, if you're getting $400 a month or whatever, you could buy 1 or 2 knives. You could fully use those knives and test those knives. And then if you wanted to, you could give them away. Or you could sell those knives to buy more knives to get more content on the channel. That way the channel is under its own support. You know, it's not like the creator has to keep putting in all their own cash to make all the content. And yes, there is AdSense, but I will tell you, I could probably work for 4 hours a week and make what the YouTube AdSense does for the whole month. So it's not worth it as far as time. If you start to get up to 500,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers, which a little knife channel I don't think would ever do, then I think you could start thinking about, or at least myself could think about, you know, doing YouTube full time. The only other way to do that is to open a sharpening business, start taking on anodizing stuff, get a grinder, start doing regrinds, and that's a hustle. I mean, and it's still not guaranteed. And believe me, there's a lot of stuff that can still go wrong. To me, that's just not the way. I'm not going to quit my job and go into knife modifying full time. At one time, I thought that was the answer for me. That's truly what I wanted to do, but not at this time. It doesn't work. We've got all the insurance through me. This is guaranteed, and I would have to bring in, I mean, not saying numbers, it would just be I've done the math. It's a ridiculous amount of work every single day. I'd have to do 2 nuke jobs consistently 5 days a week every single day, and then that's not only scheduling, you know, and whatever little bit that YouTube would bring in would get added to that, and it's just not, as much as that sounds awesome, you know, it's just not feasible. So I'd rather go back into sales and not take in any knives for projects, and then focus on YouTube as the hobby again. So use everything I have in my garage to finish up the shop, what I have, and then also buy my own knives, customize my own knives exactly how I want to do them, and then sell those. So we'll see if we ever get there, but that's the plan. All right, so that's New School YouTube. Open up Patreon. You could sell knives for a commission, and initial me again says, ooh, that's gross, because I've sold a lot of knives for a lot of friends for nothing. But then the other me says, hey, you have to know your worth. And if your channel has an audience and people are wanting to send you knives that you will have to do a video on, if you will have to package up, if you will have to either collect the PayPal and then redistribute that PayPal to the owner, or have that PayPal go directly to them, you're still answering emails. It's not easy to run a knife sale. So yeah, that service is worth something at the end of the day, even though my initial reaction is, really? Yeah, I mean, it's work. And then also the other thing that I think a lot of us are seeing, and I know especially once I went over 15,000 subscribers, you start getting offers from a lot of manufacturers because you have an audience, because the videos go several thousand views, which, not bragging, I mean, there's some of the content on YouTube that's getting 1 million plus views is blowing my mind. There's people with puppets who are just saying the craziest things and doing the craziest things, getting 2 million views. They're probably making several $100,000 a year, making 2 videos a week that are 10 minutes long, doing silly stuff with puppets. me, I feel like that'd be selling part of my soul if I had to create that kind of entertainment. So I mean, congratulations to those that can do that, but I personally can't contribute to society in that manner. So, anyways, I know, long way around saying that. Manufacturers will offer you stuff to review. Now, it's, from what I understand, if somebody takes on a product for free and does not let you know that that item was provided to them for no charge, that the supplier offered that, I think it's illegal. Like, that has to be an open relationship. As long as you know that that item was donated for the review or was sent to them for the review, then everything's good. But the consumer has to know that there is some sort of relationship there. Now, I don't think that a lot of times that affects the reviews. I think a lot of the reviewers, and I think we are lucky that way, are not bought and sold. You know, because you hardly ever see any videos where every single thing is positive. Because nothing's ever perfect, right? So you got to point out all the good, and you also got to point out all the bad as a reviewer. And I think a lot of the gear reviewers are doing that. But what am I talking about? Manufacturers want to get their new product into the gear reviewers. They want to show the audience. They want to get it into a reviewer's hand. In turn, a lot of these reviewers, whether you like it or not, whether I take heat for it or not, are not using the product. They're getting the product in. Oh, it's awesome. Maybe they'll put it in their pocket and carry it for one day, and then they get it on camera as soon as possible. They call it a review, and they point out all the obvious. Oh, the blade is this and this long. Oh, the handle's this. Oh, it's a titanium frame lock. Here's how it fits in your hand, and here is the action on it, and it's got this and this steel. All right, thank you. Good night. Get out of here. Manufacturers like that. That's exposure for their product, but that's not a real review. Now, what on the channel side of things, and 10 minutes ago, what I was talking about is get money out of your channel. A lot of these guys, several, and you guys know that there is several, will get on these products, sent to them from the manufacturer. They will not tell anybody that the manufacturer sent them. They won't carry and use the knife or whatever it is. They will do the review on it. Manufacturers love it if you can do it within a week or two. They love it. It gets exposure for the new product. The new product starts selling. Okay, now on the audience side, I would imagine from your side, looking at the YouTube reviewer, you've got new content coming in all the time. That reviewer may even have a Patreon or some sort of program set up where they're getting money. So now, not only are manufacturers sending them gear to review, right? They're also having all this play money that they can go buy. And then also, on top of all that, that free gear that come in, say this was free, after they do the review, they will sell that. So say this is a, whatever, $100 Spyderco, or Spyderco, I haven't seen doing that yet, but not that they wouldn't, I'm just telling you. They will go sell this. They'll have a channel sale or some sort of sale, or you'll see it on Instagram or something. They will sell that free knife for whatever it is. Then they take all that money on top of the other Patreon, on top of the AdSense, and now they're working with a good bunch of money to invest back into the channel. I don't quite know if that's a good model. I'm not a real good business guy, because really, that seems like the perfect storm. You're putting out more content. You're working with manufacturers, which means you're getting in all the new gear. You're getting in items that haven't even been released yet. And to me, everything seems like who's getting hurt in it. I don't think anybody's getting hurt. But I also feel like that's not a proper review. It's not being disclosed up front that this product was provided by so-and-so. So take it with a grain of salt. I have only carried this 2 times. I haven't, but you know what I'm saying. So take it with a grain of salt. I'm not going to know every hot spot. I'm not going to know how this heat treat is on that blade steel. I'm not going to know how good that item is. You know, if you don't really carry and use it, then, you know, and you can see it in the review. When they start off and it's 3 minutes worth of what it is that you can see in a picture, I mean, I don't know. That's never been my style, but I could see going to that. I could see how it would benefit the viewer. I could see how it would benefit the creator and all that. So, I don't know. That's why I've been a little discouraged. I haven't made a whole lot of videos because I'm like, the initial part of me goes, ugh, it's kind of gross. And then the practical side of me goes, holy cow, that's how you grow a YouTube channel. That's how you would, one day, if it's even possible, turn this YouTube thing along with anodizing and modifying or making knives, as that's how you would do it. And then you also review very affordable knives. If you need view numbers, if you need watch time, if you need the AdSense, you will do a whole lot of videos on knives that are under $30. You would do a lot of top 5. My top 5 most favorite knives. You will do different things. So not only knives, you would do multi-tools. You would do packs. You would do spinners, right? You would do pens. The list could go on and on. Leather goods, right? So, I don't know. What is your guys' take on it? I didn't mean to make this as long a video as it turned out, but a stream of thought. I felt like I had to unload all of these things. Believe it or not, there are some nights where I'm dead tired. I go to lay down and just stuff starts crossing your mind, and you just start, like, you know, thinking, oh man, I really want to make a video on this subject because I'm feeling this way, and I know if I'm feeling this way, I know some people on their end are feeling this same exact way. You know, where is it gross or is it smart? It's really what it is. Is it icky or is it best, you know? I think in the long run, if you could get a very honest review, I think it would be for the benefit of both sides. I think it would be the benefit for the creator, and I think it'd also be a good benefit to the audience, because more content, as long as it's honest content, is a good thing, and that's what it would be. So I don't know. That's it, guys. Man, this has been a long time. I say it with 2 fingers crossed because I have no idea if I can make videos this weekend. I'm gonna try though. I want to do some more deconstruction videos and go more in depth in that series. What I really wanted to do was do everything that I know about lockup on a frame lock. Let you know all the advantages and disadvantages as I see them. Let you know all the advantages and disadvantages of stop pin placement. Let you know all the advantages, disadvantages of a lock back, of a slip joint, and let you know everything that I know. That way, the viewer, if you were brand new to knives, you could take my 10 years plus of being in the hobby, and I could take a brand new person and they would know what to look for in lockup of a high-end knife. That was my goal. That way they could review a knife. If I haven't reviewed it, at least I have put it on record how I feel about the mechanics of the folding knife, if that makes sense. That was why I was going into so much depth about even stop pin location and why it matters and the advantages and disadvantages, why bearings versus washers and all that. So I'd like to continue that series. I would like to be able to spend more time and get like playlists for my channel, organize it, get some sort of a proper playlist set up and a proper banner, maybe even a logo of some sort. I don't know. That's all stuff that's, I'd probably rather just make content. If I had to sit down and spend 2 hours creating playlists and this and that, as dumb as it is, I'd probably rather make a video or go sharpen a knife or something, you know? So that's the business side of me not being very smart. I know it. But I know to be, to grow your numbers on YouTube, if you're consistent So if you make videos, even if it's once a week, every Friday I post a video, or every Wednesday and Friday, or every whatever I post a video, you're going to grow your channel. If you show not only knives but other things, you're going to grow your channel. If you have a wide range of knives or of gear, you've got $10 gear all the way up to $500 or $1,000 pieces of gear, and you can run that whole range, you're going to be very busy. You're going to see your channels grow. And then if you can find a way to smartly fund that growth process, because it's, like I said, it can become expensive, especially if you're buying knives on your own. You're buying all the new zero tolerance releases, and then you're reviewing them, you're playing, living with them for a little bit, and then you sell them for a $50 hit or a $100 hit. All right, sorry about that. Had a phone call. I can't go a few minutes without getting a phone call. Should have put it in airplane mode. But anyways, I'm out of here. That's how I feel. I know I didn't mean to hold you that long, but it is what it is. Now I got left a voicemail right there. I see it. I don't want to adult anymore. See ya.